Hey guys, welcome to the Milk Podcast, episode 4. It's the craziest one yet, so stay tuned to the end where we reveal our true sexualities.
And we do an awesome giveaway, and you can't, if you skip to the end of the video, the giveaway's actually not going to be there.
It's in the Patreon episode, which you can access after the video, which is at Patreon.
That's exactly where I was going with that.
We're going to be doing a new gender reveal every week.
Every week.
That's the Milk promise.
A nude gender reveal. Like
nude? We did not say nude.
I didn't say that.
So
you got to get past the first minute at least before we can get into that.
Are we changing our gender every week? Is that what does that imply?
I mean, I don't have any problem with doing that.
Aiden Ross said that there's only 2 genders, and then
so we flip one. We flip to each one every week.
And as we know, he's the pinnacle of wise insight.
Wait. You know what's funny? You know what's the ultimate test to see how like socially adept every member of like the podcast is? Every podcast that has 3 dudes always takes like 400 episodes to have like the first female guest on. You know what I mean? I wonder how long it's gonna take for us to like meet a female.
Meet like in general or on the podcast? In general,
both, I guess.
I'm trying to think.
I'm trying to keep like no women on the podcast. That's like a hard rule for me generally. Like I don't want that like happening ever. So
yikes.
Any women who want to be on the podcast, please. I don't know. You
guys can start like a spin-off or something.
Cor will not be on the episode. Cor will not be on the episode. We'll keep him away just because he is a misogynist. But yeah,
it's funny you do offhandedly mention Aiden Ross because I was thinking the news. This is the crazy thing of $100 million contract for XQC, which is mental.
I make more than that, bro. Let's be honest.
Let's be honest.
No,
we do make more than that. So yeah.
XQC, he's like a little guy. I think he deserves all the money in the world, and he'll never do anything bad with it because I think I put all my moral thought, all my morals, my entire life, my entire social life into my favorite streamer. So he won't do anything bad with the money. He'll never have a controversy. And I think things are going to end up perfectly fine.
He would never funnel children into gambling.
He won't. He won't go on stake.com and start doing them slots. And that is the...
Wasn't he... Did he already do that, though?
Yes.
On Twitch?
Yeah. Yes.
No, he's been doing that. He's a gambling addict. Like, he buys into the product he's selling. So he's high on his own supply.
At least you have that, right? At least he's not a hypocrite.
You have to respect that a little bit. Like if my drug dealer is also a drug addict, like I appreciate them.
He's getting high on his own supply. That's like the number one fucking rule of a drug dealer.
I just think it's insane because this is just a completely unprecedented amount of money for a contract. I mean, what was the Ninja contract, which was huge at the time? Yeah, and that's from Microsoft. I think that was only 30 million.
It was estimated. Right? Like, no, it's like thrown around a lot. I've seen like 40 million. I've seen like 50 million. Like it's like thrown around a lot. That was Microsoft, right? It was Mixer.
God, yeah. Mixer. So even that like Mixer picking up a streamer at the peak of their popularity shelled out like half or less than half of what this current contract is.
Yeah, I mean, XQC has literally been the biggest Twitch streamer for like 3.5 years now by views.
Yeah,
I think by watch time. So it would make sense he would cost more if he's more relevant, I guess. And also, if you're funding it by gambling, that's a pretty good way to make.
Yeah, man,
it is still crazy though.
They're really trying to bite Twitch's shit. They're like they're really gunning for them.
I mean, the site literally just looks like Twitch. Like it just looks exactly like.
No, they
Twitch.
just copied all of it. It's insane. Like if you ever go on the site, it's. They're trying to take them down. Like whenever that big controversy happened recently, like I kept seeing on Twitter, like the Kick account kept popping up being like dunking on Twitch. Like it's because like the YouTube Twitch controversy is like a competition. There's no direct like correlation. No, they're not like publicly shitting on each other, but this
and they're
like,
also not the same platform as well, which I think is a pretty big difference.
Yeah, right. Like
but Kick and Twitch are literally the same platform.
It's really weird. It's like it's an indie giant streaming service because I guess it's not really indie. I mean, they're trying to use that to their advantage. I
mean, it's smaller, but it's got like major cash.
Yeah. No,
that's I guess the big advantage because the problem with most of these smaller startup streaming services or like like YouTube alternatives where people are like, I'm gonna make YouTube, but it's like it supports the creators, and then they fail miserably because, crazy fact, video hosting is absurdly expensive. It costs a fuck ton of money to host video, and it costs a fuck ton more to host it well. Like, where you're not constantly buffering when more than 100 people try and watch the same video at once.
Yeah, it's like
there's very few options that are good for that.
Yeah, they've had such a monopoly, like, over the past, like, I guess, like 20 years, almost like 20 years. YouTube's like existed.
Yeah, well, it's like it requires so much infrastructure.
Yeah,
it's like how can you topple that?
And then there's like
without it being a company of a similar size.
There's like the people talking about like the new Rumble stuff, and it's I'm just kind of like, at this point, like I've seen so many like new YouTube ripoffs like come up, and then 3 months later they get like destroyed. It's like, I guess there's always a new batch of kids to try and like hype up a new YouTube competitor, but I don't see it.
I don't know. Have you heard the Attack on Titan theme song? I feel like there's a rumbling coming.
Is that what?
Oh my god, Kick is coming from us. Kick is coming for us.
Rumbling.
All I'm saying, guys, how much for Kick to sign us?
Honestly, like, if we're being dead ass here, I don't know if I could ever support Kick. I mean, I don't want children to gamble. I don't think that's a good thing to have in our society.
They show up $100 million.
Well, I'd be stupid not to do that because I could
so
funnel
what the
all
fuck
that
are
money.
You saying? That's different from what you just said.
No, but you see, I would do the moral decision. I would funnel all of that money into charity. Okay, I'm
all
not
of it?
like you.
All of the money.
Yes, I would take all of the money and put it into charity. Dude,
please.
I am a good Samaritan.
I think we should be funneling children into gambling.
Okay, go ahead, make the case.
Interesting perspective.
Okay, well, it's like everybody who gambles eventually wins. So it's really a game of, you're playing the long game. It's a long con. Everybody, if you're gambling, you're eventually gonna secure a win, so long as you like don't pussy out and be a little bitch and give up and like quit and get like
true. This is actually streaming. Streaming is basically gambling because all those people streaming with 3 viewers, eventually they're gonna be at the top. I mean, it's just only a matter of time.
If you start when you're young as a kid and you get addicted early, then you can basically speedrun winning gambling.
True.
Like, eventually you're gonna win, and you're gonna beat, like, other people, like, they get their payout when they're 50 years old. You might be 30. So I think it's like a net good for pretty much everyone involved.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie, gambling is already legal for children in like a billion different ways that we just pretend isn't gambling. Like gacha games, arcade machines that are just gambling, but you're using tokens, so that's not gambling.
It's just fake
different.
Gambling. It's just like, because you don't get
but you pay
money.
with real money, and then you can redeem it for things that you can buy with money. So it's just a money alternative that you are gambling with. It is the same thing.
It's basically fucking pachinko.
Yeah, it's oh my god,
where the loopholes of it. Do you guys even like? Well, I know the answer from you, Jack, but do you like gambling? Because I don't get it. I literally don't.
I know the answer from that is so fucked up. That is such a fucked up thing to instantly say.
I just don't like it. It's literally doesn't interest me. Like I just find it really boring because you don't actually have any control over the end result. It's like,
it depends on what you're gambling.
It depends on what you're gambling. That's definitely
some stuff can be like knowledge based, and you could kind of have like some input on it, just like with background information, like sports gambling or something like that. Obviously, there's no guarantee that what you think is going to happen is going to happen. But if you're like really well educated in like the subject, then yeah, I guess it's not entirely.
I think you're thinking of only like slot machine gambling, because that I view that as like the saddest shit ever. Obviously, because like I've been to the first time I went to a casino, which is the only time I've been to a casino, I literally I was having
fun.
Disclaimer, I've only been to a casino once, but it was like...
He is not a gambling addict.
Disclaimer, this podcast contains discussions of gambling.
Discussions of gambling. But I was playing
don't gamble after listening to this.
I was playing blackjack, which is a game you have control of. You have to have game knowledge. It's a pretty basic game, but like you have to try and get like 21. That's the goal of the game. And I was making money, and I was feeling myself get a rush from like it was exciting. I'm like, oh my god, this is very exciting. And then I'm just like self-aware about that, and I was like, I'm just gonna stop. And then I just stopped myself.
That's the right thing to do. That is literally no, because I'm all over like NBA YouTube. Like there's like probably like 4 or 5 NBA commentators that I watch on YouTube. There's not a single, if you can even pull like 10K views on a video, you are sponsored by like Prize Picks or some other NBA like gambling affiliate or something like that. And they all, it's like they're just trying to get people addicted so fucking hard. I listen to this podcast. I don't know. I'm naming another podcast that is significantly better than this podcast. We're gonna lose all of our subscribers right now.
You literally can't say that, dude. What the fuck?
It's a sports podcast.
NBA podcast. You think any of our
these cartoon watchers are watching? So basically, like every single podcast, it's like there's like a 3-minute long gambling ad, and then longer than the ad itself are the disclaimers against gambling and who to call if you have an addiction or
funny.
feeling suicidal.
It's
like, yeah, the ad is like 2 minutes long, and then he's just naming the hotlines for different like gambling addiction help numbers in different states.
That's like when you buy like the like cigarette packs, and it's got like fucking like a scan of like a cancerous lung that's all black and disgusting on it.
That's smart though.
They don't do that in America. They actually, that's in other countries.
That's in Canada. Yeah, no. Ever since I was a kid,
Australia as well. I know
it's good. Yeah, I think that's a very good thing. But I don't think that's bad. But I don't know. Like all sports is funded by gambling now, though. Like if like I don't watch sports very often, but whenever I like I'm at a family function or something, or like I was watching like UFC with my friends, and it's like. Like you see the entire arena covered in like FanDuel and like all these different things, and they're like, this is sponsored by this gambling app.
I fucking hate gambling. Whenever I'm like just watching a normal game and there's a gambling ad, I just get sad.
It gets you invested in the game.
Why can't we just enjoy whatever sport we are watching simply for the enjoyment and investment you have in the team?
It's boring.
Why must we get people
money on the line?
I have $5. I'm watching it. I have $5 on the one guy.
It's
$20.
It starts at $5.
You bet in horse
it
betting.
starts at $5. That's the problem. That's how they get you.
But I started and then I stopped and then I never did it since. So.
Okay, but you're like definitely in the minority of people in that situation.
I don't think so. I think a lot of people have more self-control than what you think. But you know,
you're giving people way too much credit. You're giving people way too much credit.
I mean, I think with sports betting, I'm willing to believe that people are a little bit more responsible because it's more of like a community kind of activity. It's like you and your friend. I mean, that's a common thing. Where it's like, even if you're not participating on the higher level, people like make bets with their friends about who will win.
Yeah, exactly, right?
And put in like $20, $50 or something. So I'm sure like the ratio is higher. And I think like statistically it's like less addictive compared to like slots, which are literally like engineered to give you a dopamine rush.
Yeah.
Like I was watching some video and it was like literally exploring like what happens to your brain when you gamble. And it was showing that like, it doesn't even matter if you win because you get the dopamine rush when you gamble.
Bro, Corey, I just got a great idea. Great idea. Can you imagine like jerking off, smoking weed, taking shots, and gambling all at the same time?
How do you do that?
That sounds like,
how does that work?
I think you would die.
How are you jerking off and gambling at the same time? Where are you doing that? Are you sports betting?
Actually, the funniest thing you said that, and that I watched this documentary about this like weirdo indie animator called Bill Plimpton. He's made a bunch of like freaky fucking short animation.
Bill Clinton?
It is. Not Bill Clinton. Plimpton. He's made like a bunch of like kind of edgy or like he likes drawing sexy women and stuff. So he was like my dream. Like I love when people like watch my movies and like enjoy them and laugh at them. So probably like the highest pleasure I could have would be having sex in a movie theater while everyone's watching my movie and drawing at the same time.
What
I was
the
like,
fuck?
that is the most incredible
I'm not gonna lie, that's
ever
fucking
heard.
badass.
Bill
That's
Clinton
fucking
had that shit
badass.
right, bro. I respect
Bill
that.
Clinton did have
Bill
relations
Clinton
with
had that
woman.
shit right, man. I respect that. Dude, that's my pleasure, man. I got the milk video on the fucking big screen, bro. Fucking the shit out of core, man. That's my dream.
Nah, dude, like I'm straight up like 1 hour long goon session. I got our own videos playing on one monitor. I got just a picture of Core in that maid dress on the other monitor.
You got trap music in the background, bro. Oh my god. Damn, we really love gambling here. So at the end of to wrap up the gambling discussion, I think gambling is good, and
don't do it.
Oh, the thunder, bro!
They're coming for you.
They're coming for you, dude. Speaking of coming for you,
of gambling,
dude. Speaking of coming for you, bro. I think Netflix is coming for my soul. They made a One Piece trailer for the live action One Piece.
Bum bum bum.
Did you soy jacket it or did you sad jacket it?
Okay, so here's some backstory. Okay, I was drinking pretty heavily at this time. On Saturday night, whenever it came out, I was pretty drunk. I was just like playing drinking games with my friends.
You weren't drunk because you saw the trailer.
No,
and you felt
I got more drunk
to.
because I saw the fucking trailer. But I'm like scrolling Twitter because I'm fucking chronically online, and I see the fucking trailer. And I'm like my friend group, a lot of them are like either One Piece haters or like One Piece like they're not as into it as they used to be. They're One Piece, they're enjoyers, but they're haters. They're all haters. So I'm in the worst possible environment to like try and like enjoy the trailer, and it's like, man, it was Did you guys watch it? Did you?
I did watch it.
I thought it wasn't that bad. I'm gonna be honest. It looks like. I'm going to watch it, and I think I can enjoy it. Okay? I'm not going to lie.
You said, wasn't it your tweet, Eden, where you said it was Cowboy Bebop live action, but slightly better?
That's what I was. It looks
You're
like
right,
Cowboy Bebop.
That is what it looks like.
But, like, I'm going to be honest with you. The casting is really fucking good. I feel like the main character... I don't know. I think the thing that really stood out to me is that the tone is, like... Even though it looks a lot more serious, just because it is live action, it's not literally... The first few fucking... seasons of One Piece, or like the first 100 few episodes, are literally the most toony fucking bullshit ever. Like, it's barely anime. It's so toony for anime standards. But, you know, no matter what you do when you transition it to live action, it's gonna look off. But I feel like the way like Luffy talked in the trailer, the way the actor portrayed him, was just like a good balance of goofy and serious, in my opinion.
That's where I'm gonna disagree.
Eden!
Because I don't. Okay. How? I don't know if it's the actor or the dialogue.
Marvel
the
dialogue.
Writing.
Marvel. Sorry.
Yeah. No. It has that kind of like every line he said had that kind of coy, like almost sarcastic sound to it. I'm like,
yes.
Luffy isn't sarcastic. He's not a. He's 100% in everything he says.
He literally
said, "This does not feel like Luffy."
The line that stuck out so hard that pissed me off for the rest of the night is he said, "I'm sensing some tension amongst the crew."
Yes,
Luffy does not know the word amongst. What the fuck does that mean? What the hell is this?
Bro, let the trailer piss him off for the rest of the night.
Luffy would go in and he would be like, "What's wrong, guys?" Like, that's like more of his personality. He's like 100%.
I guess a problem that arises is that why would you ever go in expecting it to, like, do you want it to be just like One Piece anime and manga? Is that what you want? I kind of expected that it was going to be like kind of Americanized, normalized type of like watered down One Piece. I thought I'm going in with like, is this going to be good enough to like watch on the couch while you eat popcorn and like that's it? Like, obviously anyone who actually gives a shit about One Piece is just going to fucking read or watch One Piece. Like, this is not One Piece. This is something else. You know what I mean?
I mean, at the end of the day, I don't care because I'm not going to watch it. Even if it looked like a masterpiece, I probably wouldn't watch it or care about watching it.
I just
like whatever.
They're trying so hard to try and like replicate it. Like I do think the casting is good. Like all the characters like resemble the characters really well. Like I think Usopp looks really good, but they're trying so.
I just thought it was funny that you pointed out specifically Usopp because Usopp doesn't. It's like the one character who doesn't look like the actual character.
I think the way he looks like I feel like resembles like Usopp's vibe. I don't know.
Okay,
it doesn't have
maybe
the nose.
Like behaviorally or
it doesn't have the nose, but
Usopp's like the only one of the first five that doesn't look like a normal person, and you're like, that's the one that looks the most similar to like this anime. I'm like, what?
Yeah,
what are you talking about?
What do you be? Yeah, he doesn't look like a normal person because the One Piece characters don't look like normal people.
Yes, they do. They all look like normal people except Usopp, who has a long nose.
None of the
dude. One Piece is the most.
They don't look
up...
like real people. They don't look biologically identical to a normal live action human being.
They look wacky
I understand,
as hell,
but proportionally wise, like they're all basically human. They stand on two legs and have normal human face features. I would say, except Usopp, who's like the only one who has a comically, cartoonly long nose.
Well, they're all exaggerated because it's like very cartoony art style.
I feel like the size of Luffy's eyes and mouth is on a similar level to Luffy's nose in terms of like cartoonishness.
They're all.
But
that's like
what you mean.
I feel like I just ignore that because it's an anime, while the nose isn't typical to just what a normal
and
person
like
would look
Sanji's
like in an anime.
eyebrows, like they all have like some weird distinguishing feature that like makes them cartoony.
You've never seen a French guy, bro? They all have those eyebrows.
Fuck, I need to go to France. Goddamn.
But this is getting a bit lost in the weeds here. I think, I don't know. I feel like in order to be interested in this, I would really need to see some sort of like unique, creative kind of vibe to it that would inspire me to check it out. Like, dude, let me talk for more than 5 seconds without interrupting me.
Up.
Like, I swear, I can never finish a goddamn
he loves to do this, bro. This guy, we need to inject you with Adderall, bro. Like, oh my God.
I just like the color design. Someone pointed out something I saw on Twitter where it was like it was like weirdly orange and dark and not like bright like colors
They're
like
in Mexico?
you would probably expect. They were in Mexico. They went to check out Oi Primos.
They went to go check it out, yeah.
And the effects work looked pretty pretty
good,
middling.
Yeah.
I want to see more like practical effects and stuff because that generally just is more charming.
I think it was cool that
even if it looks bad.
They had like a lot of practical like sets, like the ships and everything, like the bratier, the restaurant looked cool. That's it. Yeah, no, it is a better one. It is a better Cowboy Bebop, but Cowboy Bebop was a fucking atrocity. So,
no, because Cowboy Bebop straight up said, "Yes, it's blackmail because you are black and you are a male." At least we're better than that. At least we're better than that.
I just want to remind everyone that like whenever Cowboy Bebop came out, there was a trailer before the show came out that people similarly were defending. That people were like, "Oh, Cowboy Bebop live action, it doesn't look that bad," and then it was that bad.
I mean,
so
look, it will be a major improvement if I can't see fucking giant haze lines around every character from them being green screened like crazy. That alone will be an improvement. The green screen work in Cowboy Bebop was fucking atrocious.
We don't have to talk about One Piece the whole fucking time. I'll do it on Piss Pirates later. Go check that out. But
it's shilling his other podcast here.
We're
just your side bitch. I see how it is.
Piss Pirates, we upload every 6 months, bro. It is obviously my side bitch. But I wanted it to either be amazing and like get One Piece right or terrible. And I am afraid it's gonna be closer to the middle. So that's kind of my 2 cents. But I'm a One Piece loser, so
you're a One Piece extremist. You just want to see people suffer, or you want a masterpiece and nothing in between.
I'm not gonna suffer. I would enjoy either way. So,
and this is perfectly lining up after a Patreon question from Afrotresiac. Will you watch the Netflix One Piece series for Spilling the Milk? Yes, because we like money and views.
Yeah.
That's a very simple answer.
Yes, we're definitely gonna watch that.
Actually,
my name is Monkey Luffy. I'm Mexican.
One thing that we could mention or just jump between. I don't know what that was. Like I don't know. Like, can we take a step back and like address what just happened there?
Do we?
Just keep going. Just keep going.
Think about it.
Just keep going.
I think he was trying to imitate. Were you trying to imitate the actor?
He's handsome.
I was just gonna say,
handsome.
This has been a pretty interesting week for animation and film in general. There's like a lot of stuff has come out. Annecy happened, which is a big animation like convention. We saw 6 frames of Fiona and Cake, so it was pretty revolutionary.
6 frames, god damn, that's a little.
Elementals bombing super hard in the box office. I saw that. That was very crazy.
The Spider-Verse killer, man. Holy shit. God damn. Yeah, no.
Can you imagine dropping a movie at the same time as Spider-Verse? Is like any other movie doing good in theaters right now?
All the other movies are bombing because Transformers, The Flash, and All Elemental came out like the week after Spider-Verse, and they're all like bombing. Like,
wait, Pete Davidson didn't save Transformers?
Pete Davidson did not save Transformers. I started seething. I was shaking that he didn't fucking save the Transformers franchise. But the Flash one's so interesting that like I follow all the stupid like discussing film accounts, and then every day they're like, here's our estimated box office for the Flash, and then every day they lower it like $50 million until like the actual amount, which is, and I'm like,
That's
God,
funny.
Look, all I'm saying is if you want a successful movie, maybe you should stop putting babies in microwave.
What is that? What I saw that on what is that?
Clip, they reversed the movie. Someone filmed the movie like on their camera, and then they put it in reverse. I don't know why the baby's in the microwave in the first place, but he doesn't put the baby in the microwave. So if you don't know, there's like a really viral clip going around, and it's so funny because they keep DMCAing the clip. They don't want anyone to see the clip because the clip makes it seem like Ezra Miller is putting a fucking baby in a microwave in the Flash movie.
If that were actually happening in the movie, would be a masterpiece.
That would be hilarious.
How did that get put in the movie? There was so much controversy surrounding Ezra Miller, and this movie has been like in production for like fucking 5-6 years, and that was still put into the final cut is insane to me. But yeah, what were you saying, Gordon?
Is he like, no, I don't know anything about Ezra Miller. Is he known for putting babies in microwaves? Is that why he got canceled?
It's like one of his iconic moves, like when he walks into a room, he's like, "You got any babies?"
I got a microwave.
He carries a microwave with him at all times.
Yeah, so he's ready.
Hey, if I have a hot pocket, man.
I think that one of the most fucked things I saw was, what's his name? George Reeves, I think, the original Superman actor, has a cameo, like brought from the dead cameo, like one of those things. And the fucked up thing of it is that this guy's career, he was an actor. He started doing Superman because he didn't, like a lot of actors at the time, didn't think TV was going to be big or important. And then basically got pigeonholed into the role of Superman, but it was barely enough money to live on. And basically, like, got super depressed over being like trapped in this role, and like later on I think he ended up killing himself. So this is pretty fucked up to bring him back.
I did not know any
as
of that.
Superman.
That is devastating.
Like, it's so tone deaf.
That's really bad
on so many levels.
What is this, Marvel or DC?
DC, but
Jesus, more like
Marvel's
bro.
still
Fuck
bad because I hate the fucking CG disgusting deep fake. Let's bring a dead actor back to life. It's the most fucking disgusting,
really
immoral bullshit I've ever seen. Just cast an actor that vaguely looks similar to them. That's what we did for years. It worked fine. There's this thing called fucking suspensions of goddamn disbelief. Like, we don't need them to look exactly the same.
Yeah, it's really weird.
There was a crazy thing I saw because they had like a deep faked Luke Skywalker, like a younger Luke Skywalker show up in like, what's it called, the fucking Disney Plus series,
which The Mandalorian.
There's so many.
The Mandalorian.
There's so many of them.
It was in The Mandalorian. Yeah. But the crazy thing was they showed what the actor looked like without the fucking bullshit $10 million deep fake technology. And he already just looks like young Luke Skywalker.
Yeah.
Like, he looks pretty close to him. And they still felt the need to put on this bullshit digital makeup. It's like, I don't understand it. It's like a level of, like, throwing money away for no real reason. It's just like...
And it's like literally running away from artistry. Like, there's so many other techniques that you can use that are way more creative and, like, actually artistic. But they're like... Nah, we're just gonna get 1,000 angles of this guy's face and then just AI it on top, which is like extremely morally weird to do in the first place.
It's like changing someone's entire face, especially if they're fucking dead and they can't consent to it. Because I feel like it's fine if like you have the actor's consent and everything, like that's cool. But that guy's fucking dead. He killed himself because of this role. Like that is a moral.
That's a BoJack Horseman plot. That's not even real life, dude.
BoJack consented to it, bro. So
I'm just saying it's something that would happen in BoJack.
True, you're right.
And BoJack doesn't know shit about consent. Can we talk about that?
That's true.
Oh god, man, oh god. Preach.
Guys, the next 30
guy
minutes
is
of this
good.
podcast, we'll have a lot of discussions about horse sex and consent, but that'll be only on the Patreon version. So we're gonna jump into that. But thank you guys for coming to the podcast.
Link below.
ไม่เอาตุ๊ตู่ได้ข่าวว่าจะต่อยหลายปีใช่ไหมเป็นไงบ้างตุ๊ตู่จะไปไหนมาถามเขา